First Realty Group is a proud faculties at Richland and Giles County High Schools and all Giles County schools. When the time comes to sell your property or buy that dream spot, make sure you seek out one of the real estate professionals at First Realty Group. You can see their listings at www.frg1.com. Call them at 363-2644 or visit them on the east side of the Pulaski Square. Just look for that big rocking chair and find out why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
M&M Staffing LLC is your local connection when you're looking for your next job or your company is looking to fill a position. M&M Staffing is owned and operated by Melissa Bottoms Harper and John Harper. They staff various positions on multiple shifts and provide flexible services to assist their clients. Mercedes Houston, Cree Holt, and John Harper are all from Giles County and are trained to match their employees with the positions that best fit their skill sets. Applications are available at 450 Bennett Drive in Pulaski, on their Facebook page, and online at mnmstaffing.net.
Spring sports can only mean that graduation is right around the corner. Holly's Printing has been the place where graduates and their parents have turned for more than 60 years to help them share their achievements with their family and friends. Holly's Printing offers a wide range of graduation invitations and other materials to give this once-in-a-lifetime event the style it deserves. Let the professional designers at Holly's Printing help you choose and design the invitations that are just right for your graduate and the occasion. Call 931-363-3161 or visit them online at hollysprinting.com.
Purchasing property is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. So let the trusted professionals at Haney Realty and Property Management help you make those important decisions. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in the real estate business. And like a best friend, Haney Realty and Property Management will be with you along the way, making sure you understand the process and getting property that you want at a fair price. So call your best friend in the real estate biz at 931-347-9150 or stop by the Haney Realty and Property Management office at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski.
Hello, everyone. This is Bill Myers with Giles County Fire and Rescue, and it is an honor and a privilege to me to serve as the fire chief for Giles County Fire Rescue. I wanted to take a second to let you know that Giles County Fire and Rescue's largest and most successful fundraising campaign is underway. On behalf of Giles County Fire and Rescue, Volunteer Services will be visiting homes in Giles County asking for financial support for our volunteer fire and rescue department. For your donation, you receive the opportunity to schedule your family for a professional photo session. Giles County Fire and Rescue members are your neighbors, friends, and family who dedicate their time, effort, and resources to training and responding to emergencies across our county. We want to thank you in advance for your generous support of Giles County Fire Rescue's mission of saving lives and protecting property.
Candidates, make sure the voters know who you are, what you're running for, and why they should vote for you. With a wide range of campaign marketing materials from Holly's Printing. Signs, banners, cards, stickers, promotional items, and targeted mailings are all proven ways to reach voters with your platform, and Holly's Printing provides all of these services and more. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Holly's Printing is your campaign materials headquarters. Call 363-3161 or visit them online at hollysprinting.com.
Over the past year, property values across the country have risen more than 10%. Giles County is growing, and you need an established and trusted real estate partner to make sure you get the best price possible for your property. First Realty Group is that partner, celebrating their 26th year here in 2022 and looking forward to helping you make the big decisions that will affect you and your family for years to come. Visit frg1.com. Let them show you why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
M&M Staffing LLC is your local connection when you're looking for your next job or your company is looking to fill a position. M&M Staffing is owned and operated by Melissa Bottoms Harper and John Harper. They staff various positions on multiple shifts and provide flexible services to assist their clients. Mercedes Houston, Cree Holt, and John Harper are all from Giles County and are trained to match their employees with the positions that best fit their skill sets. Applications are available at 450 Bennett Drive in Pulaski, on their Facebook page, and online at mnmstaffing.net.
There's never been a better time to sell your property than right now. So let your best friend in real estate help you get the best deal when selling your property. Haney Realty and Property Management will help you evaluate your property and the market to help you find the best buyer and the best price. Throughout the process, your best friend in real estate will be there with you to help you make the best decision for you and your family. So call Haney Realty and Property Management at 931-347-9150 or visit their office at 109 South 1st Street just off the Pulaski Square.
Hi, this is Jen Williams with Giles County Fire and Rescue. Responding to 350 incidents per year from 7 locations throughout our county, Giles County Fire and Rescue exists to save lives and protect property. Giles County's needs are best served by dedicated local volunteers, someone like you. Giles County Fire and Rescue offers the highest level of skills and training, and we are committed to the safety of our community and our responders. There are multiple ways to serve, and regardless of where you are in the county, there's a Giles County Fire and Rescue station near you. If you've considered becoming a Giles County Fire and Rescue volunteer or would like to donate, visit our website at gilescountyfirerescue.org.
First Realty Group is a proud supporter of the students and faculties at Richland and Giles County High Schools and all Giles County schools. When the time comes to sell your property or buy that dream spot, make sure you seek out one of the real estate professionals at First Realty Group. You can see their listings at www.frg1.com. Call them at 363-2644 or visit them on the east side of the Pulaski Square. Just look for that big rocking chair and find out why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
M&M Staffing LLC is your local connection when you're looking for your next job or your company is looking to fill a position. M&M Staffing is owned and operated by Melissa Bottoms Harper and John Harper. They staff various positions on multiple shifts and provide flexible services to assist their clients. Mercedes Houston, Cree Holt, and John Harper are all from Giles County and are trained to match their employees with the positions that best fit their skill sets. Applications are available at 450 Bennett Drive in Pulaski, on their Facebook page, and online at mnmstaffing.net.
Spring sports can only mean that graduation is right around the corner. Holly's Printing has been the place where graduates and their parents have turned for more than 60 years to help them share their achievements with their family and friends. Holly's Printing offers a wide range of graduation invitations and other materials to give this once-in-a-lifetime event the style it deserves. Let the professional designers at Holly's Printing help you choose and design the invitations that are just right for your graduate and the occasion. Call 931-363-3161 or visit them online at hollysprinting.com.
Purchasing property is one of the biggest financial decisions you will ever make. So let the trusted professionals at Haney Realty and Property Management help you make those important decisions. Haney Realty and Property Management is your best friend in the real estate business. And like a best friend, Haney Realty and Property Management will be with you along the way, making sure you understand the process and getting property that you want at a fair price. So call your best friend in the real estate biz at 931-347-9150 or stop by the Haney Realty and Property Management office at 109 South 1st Street in Pulaski.
This is David Bushman. I'm the board chair of the advisory board for the Giles County Fire and Rescue. We have an organization of dedicated over 40 volunteers. They're on the front lines every day fighting fires, responding to emergency rescue situations in Giles County. We have a very dedicated family of firefighters. We're looking for more volunteers. Giles County could use as many volunteers as possible. We also could use financial support. As you know, it takes a lot of money to run 7 fire stations across the county. You can go on gilescountyfireandrescue.org. If you'd like to be a firefighter, we'd love to have you. Come help make a difference in your community and join our family. Again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart as a Giles County citizen.
Candidates, make sure the voters know who you are, what you're running for, and why they should vote for you. With a wide range of campaign marketing materials from Holly's Printing. Signs, banners, cards, stickers, promotional items, and targeted mailings are all proven ways to reach voters with your platform, and Holly's Printing provides all of these services and more. Choose the materials that best fit your needs, choose the design that matches your message, and choose the size that gets your message the most attention. Holly's Printing is your campaign materials headquarters. Call 363-3161 or visit them online at hollysprinting.com.
Over the past year, property values across the country have risen more than 10%. Giles County is growing, and you need an established and trusted real estate partner to make sure you get the best price possible for your property. First Realty Group is that partner. celebrating their 26th year here in 2022 and looking forward to helping you make the big decisions that will affect you and your family for years to come. Visit frg1.com. Let them show you why First Realty Group is first for a reason.
M&M Staffing LLC is your local connection when you're looking for your next job or your company is looking to fill a position. M&M Staffing is owned and operated by Melissa Bottoms Harper and John Harper. They staff various positions on multiple shifts and provide flexible services to assist their clients. Mercedes Houston, Cree Holt, and John Harper are all from Giles County and are trained to match their employees with the positions that best fit their skill sets. Applications are available at 450 Bennett Drive in Pulaski, on their Facebook page, and online at mnmstaffing.net.
All right, I'm going to turn the camera on for this.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today is Tuesday, April 12, 2022. I'd like to call this meeting of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen into session. If you would please rise and join Alderman Randy Massey with our prayer. Alderman Pat Miles will lead our pledge.
Let us pray. O precious Holy Father, ruler and maker of all things, Father, whether living or non-living. Father, how blessed we are to have you as a God, a Father who laid us down last night. And Father, it was you who woke us up this morning. Father, none of these things in life we do ourselves. It's only done because you allowed it. And we just want to always acknowledge that, Father. Father, we want to thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be born in this great country. A great country that we recognize as the United States of America. Or we can freely and openly worship you without fear of prosecution. Father, as always, we want to thank you for the brave men and women who fight to keep this country safe, putting their lives in jeopardy for us, being away from their families. And we thank you for that, Father. And as we go forward today in this meeting, we pray that we'll make just decisions that's well-pleasing in your sight. In the name of the Father and Son, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Come in the pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Before we begin our business of the day, I would like to do a quick recognition. I'm going to ask Chief Collins if you'll come forward, and Wendell, Homer, if y'all want to come up and join Chief as well. And I believe there's a couple of people in the room. So I'm going to let Chief Collins talk about the details of this, but Tavares Harper is the gentleman standing here in the back. Was in a situation in a fire, and Chief, I'll let you kind of explain all this, but on the 31st of March, there was a fire. Mr. Harper was in that fire, and Mr. Eric Bird, the man standing there next to him, along with Anthony Ferguson, who I don't believe could be with us today. If y'all want to come up this way.
But they can't see him on the camera.
Mr. Bird and Mr. Ferguson helped get Mr. Harper out of the fire. That's fine. Y'all come up here. They don't need to see me. They were able to pull this gentleman out of the fire, and we want to recognize them. And Chief, I'll let you kind of give the more detail about it and talk about that if you would.
Thank you, Mayor. That night, the fire call come in, and my two engineers safely say was two of the ones was on the scene first, other than John Mitchell, that run in and made a little attack. Before they got there, though, this gentleman here was trapped inside, and he was using his stove, and he thought he had the stove off, and he kind of blacked out. So this gentleman was out working on a car or the other guy, and they looked up and seen a lot of smoke boiling out of this house. Well, they kind of figured he was in there. So sure enough, they risked their own lives. They went into the house and found him. He was laying in the bed. I think between his health reasons and the poison smoke itself. Smoke what kills most of the time, not fire. And that would have been the case here, because he didn't know where he was or anything. His brain was done more or less. That smoke done got to him. And what he was doing, he was going into a real deep sleep. And that's because of the smoke, in my opinion. Of course, we called the ambulance there, and they checked him out. But long story short, these two gentlemen, and the other guy couldn't be here, Mr. Ferguson, they went on their own, and they went in that house and searched it, and they found this gentleman passed out. And they got him too, and helped him outside to fresh air. And then, of course, that's when we called the ambulance, they checked him out. But I've been in this business a long time, and these guys have too. They will tell you, probably within 10 minutes of breathing that real black, heavy smoke, this gentleman probably wouldn't be here today, or he'd been in Vanderbilt on a breathing machine. So I thought, and Wendell, we talked, it'd be good to recognize these guys, citizens of Pulaski, call of duty, come, and they successful went in there and done as a good neighborly deed and pulled the gentleman out and saved his life. And I know he appreciates it too. He said, I'm glad to be here.
That's the most of you go.
And like I say, it was rolling good. Before I got there, I could hear Wendell, his radio traffic, and tell his voice that we had something pretty serious going on. And sure enough it was. By the time I got there, they done ventilated and made an attack on the fire. But it was so much smoke still left that they had to get our fan to suck it out. And they did confine that fire to the kitchen. So my guys done real good. Not only these two, but the rest of them. They done a real good job of saving the house. But the main thing that night, he got saved. But two gentlemen that was aware, if they hadn't been working on the car, that was a miracle that they was that close and seen what was going on and took action.
Amen.
So at this time, Mr. Eric Burke, I will present you with this certificate from the members of the city of Pulaski and the Pulaski Fire Department for being down to it, just a hero in our eyes, and of course the gentleman's eyes too. So I'm going to present you frame that.
I don't want to change the eye to wide.
We'll get that fixed.
A good deed. You don't never do nothing else. You're doing a good deed that night. And Mr. Ferguson, like I say, he's not here, but we'll see that he gets his certificate. And of course I'm on camera. He'll probably see this, and it'll be in a newspaper, I'm sure, and he'll get recognized. We don't want to leave him out. Okay. And what can I say?
I'm blessed by the grace of God. I thank God that you guys was out there. It means a lot to be here today. Yes, sir. I'm grateful to be a good citizen in the city of Pulaski. You guys, since I've been here for the past 2 years, have made me feel welcome and at home. I'm a native to here. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. But since I've moved to Pulaski, I've felt nothing but love and joy from the people who I've met. Thank you for being a lifesaver, brother.
Take your mask down just for a second.
There you go. They take a picture of you.
No, they see just who you are. Thank you.
Any of y'all, mayor and board members, like to say anything to these gentlemen before I get out of the way?
I mean, what more do you say than thank you? I mean,
yes.
Thanks for being a great citizen, and that's pretty awesome. Chief, you'll turn around there and get a picture there. Step over there with us. I think it's very appropriate for us to take the opportunity and the time to spend to recognize heroes of our community. So thank y'all so much. And of course, Chief and then, Wendell and Homer, y'all always do a great job for our citizens. So thank y'all for corrections. They will stand as mailed. Next item is to receive and file the city reporter, various committee reports, the water and sewer, and the natural gas reports.
I move that we receive and file these reports.
Second.
We have a motion by Ms. Miles, seconded by Mr. Worsham. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is concerned citizen remarks regarding any of today's agenda items. Is there anyone here today that would like to speak on one of our agenda items? Okay. Seeing none, our next item is to consider the following parade permits. We have one from Jackson Seals and Retail Merchants of North 1st Street, and then Jeff Monchlow for 5/21/22. We'll do them all together if that's okay with everybody. The second one is from the Touch a Truck event for 9/17/22.
I move that we consider these parade permits.
Second.
Who seconded that?
Randy.
I could hear it, I just couldn't catch the voice.
Adding hard in on that too, so.
You got them all. Everybody's ready, huh? Okay, so I assume they're all in order and ready to go. We do have a motion by Ms. Miles, seconded by Mr. Massey, to approve these parade permits. Any discussion?
Just a quick question. Is
Sure.
Touch a Truck going to be back on the square this year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and we can get you the exact.
No, it's fine. I just thought they'd moved it to the Agri Park with the.
They decided they wanted to move it back to the square, more visibility, I think. It's not, as you recall, the last time it was on the square, they blocked it off all the way pretty much to the university, and I think they kind of reeled it in a little bit. We can get the exact route of it if y'all want to. But
That's fine. I was just curious.
Two things, and that was just kind of overwhelming.
Yeah. I think it's a little more confined. Still a pretty large area, large enough. You've got those large vehicles that take up some of the space. So I think that's what you're dealing with there. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Massey. Keith. Worsham. Miles.
Aye.
Franklin. Ford.
Next item is to authorize advertisement for bids for a truck with a utility bed for the water department.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is in this year's budget. We're going to see if we can get it in and purchased before the end of the fiscal year. If not, we'll just roll it over to next year.
We approve.
Utility bed. Just the one you see that's got the raised sides on it, where they can put some fittings and things that they need to carry with them.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion by Mr. Worsham, seconded by Mr. Keith. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Massey. Keith. Worsham. Miles.
Aye.
Franklin. Ford.
Next item is to open bids on the knuckle boom truck for the street department.
Okay, I've got two bids. One is from McMahon Truck Centers, and I believe he said they're opening up a outlet in Marshburg. Right. And they bid $195, $232.05. The second bid is from CMI. They're out of Goodlettsville. And they bid $178, $848.20. These are the trucks we use to pick up mostly brush. They're our brush trucks.
I move that we refer this to our city administrator to review, make sure specs match, and the authority to award.
Second. We need this.
Harden's got a question, I think.
It's that time. Is this the one that you're gonna check with the State Department, see?
Yeah, we'll look at all of that before I make, if y'all give me the decision, we'll look at all that before we make a decision.
Okay.
And also look at the availability of it, to see when they can, get them in.
Okay, we do have a motion by Mr. Keith, second by Ms. Miles, to refer these to the city administrator for review. Obviously looking at the state bid and all the particulars, and the authority to award. Any other discussion? Okay, we do have a motion by Mr. Keith, second by Ms. Miles. Any other discussion? Weird to hear your own voice somewhere else.
Who said that?
Who said that? All right. If not, roll call vote, please.
Massey. Keith. Worsham. Miles. Franklin. Ford.
Next item is to open bids on a pickup truck for the street department.
No bids.
So are we going to
State Department?
just look at state bids on that?
We'll look at the state bids.
And that's probably just because of lack of availability.
Probably, yeah.
Yep. So we'll just refer that and look at it. Look at the state bids and let us know on that one. And then item number, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just paragraph everyone I see.
All right, item number 8, open bids on the annual flowing of the fire hydrants for the water department.
And we received one bid. It's from Rogers Hydrant Service there in Atwood, Tennessee.
Where is that wood?
Couple of plateau.
It's a suburb of someplace.
Sure. Carroll County.
Their price is $65 per hydrant per flushing per year.
What's the amount?
$65 per hydrant.
And they only do it once a year, correct?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Unless there's a problem. Can they repair if it turns out?
Normally what we do in this is that they will do some minor repairs while they're there. And that should have been in the specification, but normally I think they add grease to them and that type of things and when they open them, because Don's still here. When you flow a fire hydrant, people think you open it up real quick, but you gotta slowly open them and slowly close them.
Get water hammer.
Yeah.
If you don't, they'll grease them, and even if they need it or not, they need greasing once a year. Most of them have oil on the top of them. Some of the old ones have grease fittings on them.
They kind of service them, and then they also report back to us if there's a problem, then our crew goes out.
They do paperwork on them in case ISO calls about a certain hydrant. They do the flow, how much is flowing and all that good stuff.
Periodically, we have to raise a hydrant, if materials accumulate under it, it makes it hard for them to get into them and use them. So periodically, or sometimes they're damaged, and sometimes we have to replace them.
How many hydrants do we have?
I don't know, Don. You know how many hydrants we got?
Not on hand. It's been a whole lot added since these new subdivisions.
Hey, why is that something that the fire department, we can't do here with the fire department themselves?
Well, first of all, you only got 2 men working at any particular time right now. So if they're out flushing hydrants, I mean, you know, we've got hydrants all the way down now, on the, Bunker Hill Road. So they're down there flushing hydrants, you got a fire at north end of town. The time it takes them to go from one end to the other is just, you know, we just think it's better served that we have that protection there, that they're available, and they're strung out. And it's something that we do. It helps on our ISO rating. When they flow these hydrants, if you notice the bonnets are different colors, the color indicates the amount of flow with that hydrant. So that's one reason we do it also.
I move that we let our city administrator just review this with the authority to award as appropriate.
I second that.
Okay, we do have a motion by Mr. Key, seconded by Mr. Massey to refer these to the city administrator and to the authority to award. We do have discussion, Mr. Franklin.
Yeah, I had a question, just specifically in reference to, I don't know what the cost or what we normally would add to this price-wise in-house, what that cost would be, and when you calculate that against someone that you could maybe do it on a part-time basis or something with the other people that you have. I'm just trying to look at $65 per hydrant, the number of hydrants that you have, and what the ultimate cost of that's going to be when you look at it, and what you would pay someone as to train them up to do this type of work in-house that it made you do at this time, and with the fire department having someone that you could bring on, and this might be what they would kind of do on a year-round basis, and over a couple of years, this is this amount this year, and they're going to charge you the same thing next year, and it's going to continue like that. How long would it take you to train up your own to have someone on staff that would be able to do this, that would not take away from you having to form this out every year, and you could do it at maybe much less cost.
So, just to be sure I'm understanding, you're wanting to know about us hiring someone, you said on a part-time basis? Who would do this, and what would that cost as compared to the $65 an hour?
Let me give you a little bit of background. Mm-hmm. Last year, I believe it was, or within recent time, we did go with a local person that did this work kind of as a side job. But one of the things that we are required to have through ISO, and it's beneficial to us have, is a mapping, and he wasn't able to do that. That's the reason Mr. Hayes requested we put this out for bid with somebody, because part of these guys' fee, that he's got a mapping program that offers images from Google Earth for each hydrant. Click on a hydrant, will pull up the needed information for that hydrant, such as hydrant number, address, make, year, size, GPS coordinates, elevation, flow, static, and residual pressure. So we get this map that gives us all this information that we can use as a department. We can use it for economic development. We get industrial clients in, and a lot of times they'll say, you know, what's the flow on this hydrant? And when you can have this information available and bring it up to them, it makes us look like a more ready to do business community.
That makes a difference, because we provide different information. It's not just for the flow of the hydrant, it's other information we get that can be used in other. Because if an industry comes in and they say, I'm going to need this kind of flow in order to operate this industry here, then you can easily give that to them. That makes a difference.
It also helps too, especially we've had some Koreans and some Japanese come through our community looking at industrial development. And I guess because, especially in Japan, they live on an island, they're always asking about the flood elevation of that. And sometimes when you want to look at what is the flood elevation at this particular track in the industrial park, that's not an easy way to come up with. But with this information, we can have the elevation shot on that fire hydrant too. We can point out the fire hydrant and say, well, right there, that's 682 feet above sea level, right there. So that helps us also.
Okay. Any other discussion? If not, we do have a motion by Mr. Keith, seconded by Mr. Massey, to refer this bid to the city administrator with the authority to award, if appropriate. No other discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Massey. Keith. Worsham. Miles. Franklin. Ford.
Next item is to authorize the filing of grant applications for the fire department.
This is something we've been doing for the last couple of years. I think Jamie Ayers is the lead person that does that, but he applies to the grants. I know Walmart, he's been successful with that, but he applies for some grant money annually, and this is just permission for him to apply for those grants.
I make a motion that we authorize the filing of this application.
Second. Good thing.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Massey, seconded by Ms. Miles, to authorize the filing of grant applications for the fire department. Any other discussion? No, roll call vote, please.
Massey. Keith. Worsham. Miles. Franklin. Ford.
Next item is to adopt a resolution relative to change order number 4 to the R.J. Watkins and Son contract for North First Street project.
And as we talked before, this is going to be the final adjusted change order and closing out that project. The change order amount minus the liquidated damages would be $37,891.50. $37,891.50.
I move that we adopt this resolution.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion by Mr. Keith, seconded by Mr. Franklin, to adopt this resolution relative to the change order. Any discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Massey. Keith. Worsham. Miles. Franklin. Ford.
Next item is consider an easement maintenance agreement for 521 Spotwood.
You may handle that, Andy, or you want to take it?
Well, either way, we have at the top of Fort Hill the water tower, and we have a road that leads up to that the water and sewer department will use for maintenance of that water storage reservoir there. That runs through private property that's actually owned by Mr. Massey. The road is being used obviously by two entities, the owner of the property and by the city. So what appropriately should be done in those occasions is to have a road maintenance agreement where we share in the expenses of maintaining that road. It is a gravel road, not being paved. The agreement that we have is that it would be shared maintenance. If it can be noted that water is coming off of the city's property, causing a washout of that road, we'll be exclusively responsible for that repair. If water is coming off of Mr. Massey's property, causing damage to the road, that would be his exclusive cost to that. But generally, routine maintenance, gravel of that road will be a joint responsibility of the parties.
And we accept this easement agreement, maintenance agreement.
I'll second that, but I did have a question. Is this requiring the easement be moved?
Yes, and it includes in that where we have an existing easement of record, but that is not where the road is located. It's just a few feet off of that. So this agreement clarifies that. It's a good point. And that revised easement will be recorded in the courthouse so that both sides have comfort where that easement is.
And when you say that it will the expenses will be shared on a regular basis. Are you talking a 50% share or something different?
It's prorated by the area of that road. It'll be 50-50 for routine, but if there's more work to be done in our area due to our water, then we would pay an extra share. And similarly, for Mr. Mansfield or tenants.
Okay. Any other discussion? If not, we do have a motion by Mr. Franklin, seconded by Mr. Key, to approve this easement maintenance agreement for 521 Spotwood. No other discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Massey.
I'm abstaining.
Keith.
Aye.
Worsham.
Aye.
Miles.
Aye.
Franklin.
Aye.
Ford.
Aye. Next item is to authorize using the construction manager process for the City Hall renovations.
We've been talking about giving this building a facelift. We've been working with an architect. It was recommended, Greg Wofford, who we've had a lot of success with water and sewer projects. He came down here, I think.
Davenport, Greg Davenport, sorry.
Greg
Wofford. With Wofford. He's with Wofford, but yeah, Greg Davenport.
Yeah. Mr. Wofford passed away a couple of years ago. He's suggesting a couple of different options. The boards look at that. I think we're settled on what we want to move forward with. The only thing about it is this type of construction is different than building a garage in your backyard. And they had suggested that, you know, to make sure that we obtain a contractor that has this type of experience, that we go through the construction manager process on for this. Mr. Hoover's reviewed it. He finds it acceptable. This has been used in the past here in Giles County. I know with the school systems, they've done that with success. So that's our recommendation, that we take the architect's recommendation that this is the best way to handle this type of rehab project.
It would be put out for bid, right?
Yeah, oh yes, it'll be put out for bid, and I want to get with him and have him start putting the package together. But yeah, after I get with him and say, yes, they've agreed to do this, they'll put the package together, and then once again, we'll come back to y'all and ask permission to authorize advertising for bids.
And as a professional service, it'll actually be a request for qualifications. Different process.
From a construction manager perspective, with that, we said authorizing use of a construction manager, but who determines, will that be put out for bid, so individuals, just anyone will walk in and say, I'd like to be the manager of this job, and we have to have certain requirements and everything. He has to know his job and all that.
That's the request for qualifications.
Right, that's the request for qualifications process, that the architect will work with the city to work through that process to make sure that, once again, you know, we want somebody that has experience in doing this type of thing, like, as you said, not just somebody off the street.
Move that we authorize this use.
Second.
Do have one item of business under old business. We discussed at the work session a request from the city, the Civil War trails, about putting the sign in our park on North First Street. Ricky, do you want to? I know you were highly involved in that. I know,
and I'll explain it. The Civil War Trails is a national organization that has markers all over the country, but predominantly in the east southeast area that denotes areas of significance. And in Giles County, we already have 4 of these markers, and we're on their national trail already. This specific marker will highlight the United States colored troops in regards to their activity and presence here in Giles County, and also the relevance of Fort Hill as a camp for the United States colored troops. It will actually be in Cave Springs Heritage Plaza at the base of Fort Hill, so when somebody comes to see the marker, they'll actually be there. You know, they'll see the hill behind them. We will control the narrative of what's put on the plaque, and the cost is minimal. I think $2,600 or $2,800 for the marker, and they will on their national map. It will be a destination for any historian, Civil War buffs, anyone looking for that type of information will be on their map.
Yeah, I understand the $2,600 or $2,400 has been raised for this already.
I think so. Through
so the city is not.
This was initially the Civil War Trails contacted our historical society, and because it's going on city property, their request to us is just the permission to put the marker there.
Yes,
Hey, one more thing. Private property bumps into that. Is there any way we can survey that so we know exactly what the city owns there? I mean, you go down there and you don't know what the boundaries are. I looked at it and it don't have a beginning, so it really needs to be surveyed.
I can pull the deed for you this afternoon, circulate that to all the members, and that may or may not.
You talking about on the north side?
Well, it doesn't have any markers down there at all designating, you know, the boundaries that I can see.
Well, the deed would show that, would it not?
Yeah.
Normally. There may be an iron pin somewhere out in North First Street. Or even behind it. And
I think the top of the hill, which would be the west, would be the only unknown because it's bordered by a street on two sides.
on the other side.
Andy, I don't know if you remember, there used to be an old alley up there at the top of Cave Springs, and it was requested we close that alley, and we deeded that alley that adjoined the Cave Springs property to Mr. Young, and then where it joined Joey Dickey and Mr. Young, they both got 5 feet of it. So our line is at the top of that hill, is where our line is, and then on the north side is bordered by Joey Dickey's property, and I think there's a
guardrail.
There's a guardrail down through there that would mark the line.
It was within the last 15 years that we did a revised deed on that property, so.
That should answer. I'm assuming you just want to know for your knowledge of knowing where the property lines are.
Yeah, just in case going forward, we can know where we can and can't put a marker, just for the sake of the city. What we're planning on doing.
It may eliminate some later confusion also with the owners at the top of the hill as to where they're bound, because I know, and they may be up there. I just don't know as to, because when
I was going to say the deed.
right-of-way was given,
should.
and it may be, it could be a meets and bounds deed rather than and if it's a meets and bound deed, sometimes they hold up and other times they won't. When it really comes down to determine, because it said north by street, south by the name, and it didn't say where, it just said it's city owned, and on the other side of it, it said Dickey owned, but where the Dickey start and where the Dickey end. You know, and that's the difference in having a meets and bound deed against one that just call your name and that's it.
Okay.
So that, and you know, over the years, we may not be here for someone to come up, that's where I stood there at a point and pointed down here, that's where it is, because I've seen that done, you know. And you went out there and someone 10 years later came up, well, that's, they told me, but where's that person? He's in heaven now, so he can't connect with that, so.
For purpose of this request.
That's one reason to do a survey, it really stands for now and forever.
I would move that we approve this request to locate a marker here.
I'll second that.
We have a motion by Mr. Key, seconded by Ms. Miles to approve this request from the Civil War Trail. Any other discussion? If not, roll call vote, please.
Massey, Key, Worsham, Miles,
Aye.
Franklin, Ford.
Aye. Any other old business to come before us today? Any new business?
What did we say about, I thought it was gonna be on here to, the fireworks thing. When we
I thought we'd settled that at work session, but didn't know it needed.
Vote on and say it was okay, or no need
I mean,
anything on it.
I don't.
Because
Not
it's not,
changing anything.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I think we need,
I don't know that it requires a vote.
okay, that's what's not.
Well, I think we all understood what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other old business? Any new business?
Not new business, I just think last week we had a wonderful week last week for this nation when the person that was nominated for the Supreme Court was finally addressed and approved. And I think from America's perspective, I think nationwide is something that should have been done a long time ago, but all things don't happen at one time. We accept them when they happen and be proud of it. So I think it's for America. It was a new day, a new beginning, and as I've been here for these last few years, we've seen some change in our society and hope that this is not the end, that it will continue to put a new face on America as we are part of the society and hope for a better society because of it.
Any other new business? If not, we'll stand adjourned. I will call to order the beer board. We have one item to consider, and that is a special event permit from Jackson Seals and the Retail Merchants of North First Street for 5/21/22. I assume it's in order. And
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on what this is exactly?
They're having a block party down on North First Street. Jeff is having a Corvette show, and it's also the Saturday on the Square.
No, it's not Saturday on the Square, but it's the city barber and Eastlake Tractor are celebrating major anniversaries, and they wanted 60 years for city barber. I think the
80 years.
Eastlake is 80. Yeah. So I think just a celebration, and they wanted to have a street party to recognize that and have a big event. The special event permit is really, as y'all know, we put that in place to allow the consumption of alcoholic beverages on the city streets, and that's why they're
in that designated area.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, let's let them have a party, y'all.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we approve this permit. I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Mr. Massey, seconded by Mr. Worsham. Any other discussion?
We have, looks like we have chief.
Okay. Let me get through. Yeah, let's get through this business. We'll circle back to that. Any other discussion on this special event permit? Okay. If not, roll call vote, please.
Massey, Keith, Worsham, Miles, Franklin, Ford.
I will, there's no other business to come before the beer board, so we will close the beer board, and if we may, we're not really going to open the city council meeting back up, but Chief, you wanted to...
If Mr. Ferguson just arrived.
Okay.
Okay.
It won't take but a minute.
Okay. Mr. Ferguson, come on up here.
Yes,
Chief. Yeah, fellas, y'all come on back up if you would. Hey, Mr. Ferguson, how you doing? Nice to meet you, Pat. Good to see you. Sir. I'll just turn it over to you, Chief. And
all right, thank you, Mayor. The others are left. This is started 12 o'clock.
Yeah. That's all good.
That's all good. So we're going to present you this certificate on behalf of the Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Pulaski and the Pulaski Fire Department for you taking your life in jeopardy and going in there and rescuing the gentleman. Yes. And he was here earlier, and he really appreciated it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And
very
did. Y'all, you and your buddy saved his life. Yeah. So I'm going to present this to you. Thank you, sir. Like I say,
This one. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Okay, we're technically already adjourned. So we'll